It'll be 4 parts. Not uploaded to my YouTube.
Well, that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing these live streams. I'm gonna have another lady that come on tomorrow night. Hopefully it works out. By the name of Tiffany Billions. She was the first one to actually see the video with the private eye of the Anthony family. Actually, and they actually told her that there wasn't a video. They told her 4 times it wasn't a video until she kept pressing the issue her in the private eye, and eventually they told her, "Okay, we'll allow you to see the video, and you have to sign off on it." But they actually lied and said it wasn't a video. Go ahead, John.
Oh, so that lady got kicked out of the court. She went to court and got kicked out.
No, not her. No.
That's another tip. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
My question is I guess to all of you, really. You keep talking about this video, and if it never shows up in court, what are you going to deduce? I would love to hear all of you statement.
Well, as a video. That's my point.
Yeah, go ahead, JB.
When you get a 4K TV, is that the video that we're going to see? That's my question.
Yeah, no. He said no. John said if they're not able to, if they're not able to show the video, what will defense be able to use? Go ahead, JB.
They already showed the video.
Yeah, they showed the video, but the problem is the video itself is 4K resolution, but they showed it on a 1080 device. And so that's why it was so grainy and blurry, and that's why they needed a video analyst to point it, because they couldn't even see Carmelo's face. They couldn't even make out who was who. So, but the people that actually seen the video prior to the trial, they seen it in 4K. That's why they could identify Karmelo, Austin, Hunter. They could identify everybody clearly. So that's why they need to show it in court with the 4K device.
Can I repeat the question again? If the video doesn't get into trial, what are you guys going to think if Karmelo gets found guilty and this video that you're speaking of does not get entered into the trial and played before the jury? What will you guys
have grounds of appeal?
Mistrial.
Yeah. It's called not admitting exculpatory evidence. If his defense does not proceed and they do not defend him properly, like you said, represent him, because that's exculpatory evidence. You know what I'm saying? And it happens because of Karmelo Harris. Y'all remember her, right? California. You remember a lot of exculpatory evidence with the brother that they said, unalive someone, and she withheld that information and would not submit it, kept not submitting it. They had to force her. She had one on GP. Yeah. So this stuff happens, bro. These people do this thing. But we don't know, but we have no information that the judge denied the full video, which would make no sense to deny the exact video of the incident of this case. So the question is, does the defense attorneys have in 4K this entire video that we talked about tonight? That's not the question. I do believe they got other video because there's other people there that were filming with their phones. See the brother, the one that said he saw the video, he said that.
I was gonna bring that up. They said they was having an altercation between 4 and 5 minutes. You telling me kids in high school not trying to record them? Oh, they about to fight. Oh, you feel me? They look. They about to fight. You tell me no kid did that. Out of 28 people there, nobody pulled out their phone.
Watch this. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, right? When this situation happened, you know what I went to and asked what's going on? My son. And you know what he told me before all this stuff? It was over, girl. Now he told me this. I knew this all the way back that it was over, girl. The situation was over, girl.
I heard that too.
It was over, shit. Right? Now that still does not excuse all the situations that transpired after this, but it gives backstory to.
You know what I heard, bro?
The aggression.
Knew who Karmelo Anthony was.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard like 2 years ago. When they was
the
video, they knew who Karmelo was because of
they played football in the same town, bro. We all played sports. We know if you played in the same city, you know the key athletes in these other teams got rivals. I mean, it could be rivals, could not be, but you know that what happens. You don't know them personally, but you know what? You know, hey, y'all move around in different circles. You know what I'm saying?
Especially the
Might see each other.
Especially the twin brothers.
Yeah, the top athletes know the other top athletes. I mean, you might not personally know them, but y'all know of each other. Y'all might, you know.
That's a fact.
Come on, bro.
Not don't nobody know each other. Eric Carver don't know Carmelo. Everybody oblivious now. See what I'm saying?
I got pictures. I got pictures with him.
I got pictures with him.
Exactly, JBK.
Somebody make it Carmelo's girlfriend. Do you think she'll testify?
Say it again.
That might be the defense. That might be one of these.
Wait, I got a compound question for you.
I think the defense got some of their damn sleeves, bro.
Okay, well, here's a compound question for you. Assuming Carmelo's girlfriend testified, what if she's a white girl? It's a very white county. You can have a white girl. How do you think the blacks would take to that?
I really don't care at this point. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah,
But the odds are very high that he had a white girl, right? The odds are very high. You know, the Edward Howard is his friend, and he's not black. So the odds are probably pretty high. And so I wonder how would the blacks feel that these blacks who moved away from the blacks.
This ain't even about the case, John. You just
If that's what makes him happy, that's what makes that man happy.
I like the sound of that. You know, at least you got
They know how I feel about it, but it ain't gonna change my sentiment, though. It ain't gonna change my sentiment.
My kids can't do that. My kids can't do that, but that's on him. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I was saying. Yeah. It's on him. You know.
So you
whatever black touch we got, whatever black male touch turns black. I just
I think John did ask a good question as far as excluding the video. What does the defense have up their sleeve, right? Because we know that Mike Howard is an excellent defense attorney. This dude, I checked out this guy's background. Karmelo's defense lawyer and his team. These people are. I think Lakeisha pointed out they got a perfect record. I researched them last year. This dude is awesome. Mike Howard is awesome. They got top tier legal representation. Trust me.
No, you're right, because one of them also was a prosecutor. Him and the other prosecutor worked with each other before.
Yes. So he has great representation, but I think the question that John asked actually is relevant. Now, I do believe that they need to show this video, and if Mark is as good as they say he is, they will make sure this video is played in 4K. But they, like what House of Hypocrites said, they got to have some bangles ready, dog. They got to.
No, they don't. All they got to do is
You saying they don't? So Shaq.
I don't call it
Is it Shaq or Shaq?
Yeah, Shaq all the time.
Okay, Shaq Wilder. So you don't think there's still Carmelo Anthony's team is still behind the 8 ball with this jury and what the students that they done bought for, but the prosecutor, even though students have been caught in lies and inconsistencies. Do you think? Let me ask everybody that. And I'm gonna start with Shaq. Do you think that Carmelo's side, the defense, is still behind the 8 ball right now as we speak? Right now, are they still behind the 8 ball?
Publicly, yes, but probably in court because we don't know what the jury's thinking about. We don't know what they think about. We don't know what other information that they have seen and haven't seen yet because it's still only 2 days really with evidence they didn't show. So it's still time for them to present evidence across the board. But I think, from my opinion, if you ask me, you don't need to be here because the witnesses already made the statement that they and Austin they put their hands on him first.
Yeah.
Because people looking at the so-called knife, and people saying it's a knife, We still ain't even seen. Have they showed it? Have they showed it?
That's another thing. That's another thing, bro.
What is that?
It's kind of I guess it's normal, but then again, the courts get to control the narrative of the people as well, right? Because they don't want that pressure of it being clear cut that we can tell this particular person is lying based off of body language. That's when you bring a body language expert to kind of examine. Which, if the defense have that, then that'd be great too. But they be out of the 90 seats, 40 people in there. Trust me, it's some body language experts up in there helping either the prosecution or the goddamn defense, right? But the public eye don't get to see a lot of this evidence. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these testimony, these people speaking, that was strategic by these particular people too. You know what I'm saying? Like all this shit matters, bro.
So how, since you have the floor right now, do you think Karmelo's team, the defense is still behind the 8 ball at this present time? Do you think they still behind the 8 ball right now?
I don't think it.
Yeah.
I think they behind the 8 ball only because we don't know what they have prepared for the defense, right? Okay. So now people. He cooked. This nigga cooked. He's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But we only hear what the prosecution has to say. And the fact that the prosecution, like, this was quick as hell. I've been following the trail. I was like, damn, you called 20, how many, 28 witnesses? How many, 20 witnesses? Understand? Students? Who's the other 14?
I don't even know. I don't even think they had 20.
They had 21, I think. I think
They had 20.
So they done already took the stand.
Yeah.
Can I add that right there, bro?
That's
The
crazy.
brother said something. What was the brother just talking? He said something key about how the courts control the narrative of all the information that's being submitted, the evidence that's being submitted. The judge get to pick and choose. Also, with the prosecution defense sometimes get to pick and choose what evidence gets submitted to the public and what evidence gets submitted to the jury. But all this stuff gets filed in the case, but they can put certain things, like you say, up on what the judge said, up on a lock and key until a certain time to the vote. Right. So they got all the information. It depends on how they disperse.
If you show this selected only show this selected video to the jurors, right? And you curated these jurors. You got all the white people on the jury are white men. You know that's strategic as fuck. Because they gonna have some type of report of this young white boy passing and see their sons in him. This is important, bro. So you show this particular video only angle for the jury to see. Now, say they all seen it in the court, and you have different emotions commenting on it or whatever. It can sway the jury opinion of what they seeing not to be how it's being presented to them, bro. Like all this shit is bad, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I be telling people. At 50, I'm gonna be a lawyer. Right now, bro, I'm about to go ahead and just go be a paralegal. Use my credits.
With the evidence, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the platforms, social media people pocket, they only giving out the prosecution transcript part. They're not giving out the defense. That's why you're saying, well, why the defense ain't doing it? That's because the people are not reporting on what the defense is doing. A lot of they cross-examine and stuff. They only putting out bits and pieces. They're not covering it unbiased like they claim they are. They only covering certain key points of the prosecution of the state.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's narrative shaping, bro. You know what I'm saying? It sets the precedent when the jurors go on and they go on YouTube and peep this shit. It might be a juror right now in freeze alive. I swear to God.
So you saying y'all think they should have sequestered the jury?
I thought that he should have sequestered. Yes, I don't know why he didn't do that.
It should have been sequestered jury though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, 100%.
I think they should request the judge should
Sequester mean, I think, like, isolate them, I could put them in a hotel room, isolate them, you know, give them
Talk
TV.
TV.
Most definitely.
Well, let me go to JBK. JBK, do you think that the defense
Yeah, I
is
think they
still
should have,
is behind the eight ball right now in this
where they
present
have a
moment.
problem than the other way.
Not according to Texas law, but what you gotta
But I think
understand,
they
that
should
no
have black
juries
juries in
don't
it,
follow
not
law.
just white juries. They should have white juries in it too. I'm just
And
saying
a
white
lot of
juries.
them are gonna empathize with Metcalf because that's their people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see how we empathize with Karmelo, because that's how the jurors would do the exact same thing, bro.
Yes. Yeah. Well, let me ask this.
Even though I don't think it's first degree, and I think it's a less chance, a lesser charge because I think it's possessive, right? Unless we can prove the fact that those boys ganged up on him, bro. You know what I'm saying? If they can prove that, then I think he can walk free. But if they can't prove that, they gonna charge him. You know what I'm saying? With something, or try to. Or did they do any enhancements, or was it just he's only been charged with one charge?
Just one charge. It's just first degree. They didn't sign off. The lawyers never signed off on second degree or manslaughter. So it's just first degree they're trying him for. But I think, I'm not for sure, but I think the judge has power to. No. He doesn't.
I hope he gets the appeal so they can sit there and
He
can get a fair trial where there are black jurors in there and white jurors in there. White jurors in there.
So y'all saying it's first degree or
fair trial he deserved.
It would have to be first degree or not.
I agree, Freezy, that they do have a second degree.
So you get a fair
If
trial.
there's like some passion or something involved. I was reading
Yeah, crime of
Texas.
passion and stuff like that.
I read Texas statutes earlier. They have first degree, I think, capital murder, and then if
Well,
they
first degree is capital murder. Just certain states call it capital murder.
Christ, man, what the? I think Texas is different. I think they have capital murder, then they have murder, then they have like a lesser degree of murder, which is like second degree. There's passion involved, but I think they streamlined their murder statutes, so they don't have all of the different degrees, first, second, third degree, all that kind of stuff. The way.
So hold on, let me get this straight.
Manslaughter.
You can Google it up.
So let me get this straight. Are y'all telling me that towards the end, the judge doesn't have the liberty to say, okay, first degree, I'm going to introduce second degree and manslaughter because of the facts of the case. He doesn't have that problem.
Yes, he can. In the second page, yes, he can.
If you look at Rick Child's case, the reason why Child was let go because the defense said we don't even want the lesser charges considered. This is murder, and it's murder or nothing, and he walked off of that. Karmelo's is not manslaughter just by law. It wasn't reckless. He intended to do what he did. That's more murder than manslaughter. Just look at that. Pull up to I heard it. Just on the screen. Like, manslaughter is something like, hey, I left a gun out and my daughter picked it up and shot somebody. They be charged with a child neglect or something like that. But it wasn't intentional. I didn't intend for that to happen. Like, think about vehicle manslaughter. What is that? Maybe I'm driving drunk or I'm speeding and I ain't intending to kill anybody. I'm not a murderer. But if you pull out a gun and shoot somebody, you intended to do what happened.
Yeah.
You have to pull up Texas though, Freezy. You have to pull up Texas because he's in Texas, right? You know, he's being charged by Texas law. And you pull up Texas murder statutes, you'll see that they have very unique murder statutes. Pull up Texas murder statutes. Because no one gets charged by a congressional murder charges. It's going to be by your particular state.
You know how it's not premeditated. You know how he wasn't intending to kill.
I'm not saying premeditated. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, when they asked Coach Starr about Carmelo's demeanor, and he said, you know, if that boy dies, your life is going to change. He was like, he's not going to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's basically saying, I didn't do something to kill him. He's not going to die. And then the coach had to like drill it in his head. The action that he did was so severe that Carmelo became hysterical. Most killers is not just about to, you know what I'm saying? If I intended to do something to you, bro, I'm not showing no remorse because my intentions was this is what you did, and I got you about it. This child hit him one time, and he ran away because people started to chase him. And did another thing, right? They said the images that they released in Carmelo, the mugshot, were altered images to remove cuts and bruises on his
Right,
face.
the news, they did say the news, the news people released, they also.
I don't know if that's to be true, but you know they put lines on all the time to protect themselves. Shit, let us start lying.
You know what you should have done?
If they did alter, do you think the defense would have possession of the original?
Yeah.
They should, yeah.
Well, but you know, if they do have possession,
No. That's not what. Hold on. No, that's not necessarily because you got to go through the courthouses it's so many ways you have to obtain the original from that particular precinct or whatever. Because those people could have altered it. You know what I'm saying?
But you know that those are real serious charges that you're tossing at the prosecution, and those are charges that would get a case overturned if what you're saying is true. That they were hiding things like that, you know. So you know, I mean, those are very serious allegations that would probably get someone disbarred.
John, go ahead, John.
No, you know, I pulled up a little bit more simple one. I can't really see that one.
No, I'm finna blow it up for you. Hold on, here we go.
You know, I just put up the link that I pulled up because it's probably a little bit simpler.
No, listen. This is chapter 19, Texas, right? Criminal homicide. So we got murder, and then you got capital murder right here.
Right. That's
Then
what I
you
said.
got manslaughter right there.
But if you read the definition of manslaughter, you can't really apply that to what Karmelo did. The facts are authentic because you can't say that what he did was reckless. And here, reckless would be like, you know, driving drunk or something. What he did was intentional. He pulled out a knife, unfolded it, and stabbed someone. That was an intentional act that caused someone's death that he intended to do. You know, again, this is what
Okay, so you're saying it can't be manslaughter because it says a person commits an offense if he recklessly causes the death of an individual. So you're saying that disqualifies.
Right, it's not reckless. It's not
Okay,
reckless.
what about negligent homicide? What about negligent homicide is a person commits an offense if he causes the death of an individual by criminal negligence. That's A, or B, an offense under this section is a state jail. Okay, no, A person commits an offense if he causes the death of an individual by criminal negligence. What can it be? Criminally negligent homicide. Does it qualify for that?
I don't know. It sounds like that's probably more appropriate than manslaughter. I'm not a lawyer, but that manslaughter one doesn't make sense to me because he wasn't reckless. He did that with intent.
This is reckless because he pulled out a weapon in a fist fight. That could be considered reckless. Just like you pull a gun out. You walk around and you just fire a gun recklessly. Just fire a gun.
Intentional.
I mean, you try to kill somebody.
Shit, if you shoot them and they die, you know, like it's like common knowledge. Shooting someone is like, you know, a lethal threat.
No, but you're making direct statements. If somebody pulls a firearm out and shoot the firearm in the air, somebody get hit, that's reckless.
Well, that's the air. That's different. That would be like reckless.
No, he pulled a knife out in a crowd of people. He pulled a knife out in a crowd of people that was pounding on him.
Right now, it shot my gun and the bullet ended up killing somebody. Is that murder? No, because it wasn't manslaughter. I didn't intend to kill anybody. Is it manslaughter? Is it manslaughter? Probably because it's reckless. They ended up in death for somewhere.
But that's what I'm saying with the knife. It can be considered manslaughter. It depends on who's looking at the situation. That's why.
Well, you know, I ain't gonna argue the point with you, Big Bad. I think one is more intentional. One is like reckless behavior.
Well, who gets to determine the intention, though? Let me ask you, brother, who gets to determine the
If
intention?
you pull out a knife and stab someone in their torso, most people would say you probably intend to inflict some very serious injury.
No, I'm asking you, the judge, the prosecution, who gets to determine the court?
Hey,
Well, they're talking about what they charged him with, the intention. Look at the statutes for murder. Look at the components of murder. The first word you're gonna see is intent. Did you have the intent to do what you did?
But they have to prove
hey, freeze it. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you.
Like, clearly he intended to do it because he did it. Like, you can't. It's not easy to stab someone in the chest.
Hey, freeze it.
Yeah, it is if they up there. Hold on, it is if they up on you like that.
You gotta pull out the
But
gun. You have to
they don't have.
This. But look, pull up the picture or the video when Corey Holcomb towered over Anton Daniels. That is the exact same image people when the Austin brother was standing over goddamn Karmelo Anthony. That same type of framing.
So do you think Anthony could have stayed on Corey Holcomb in that situation?
If he had a sharp eye, you damn right he could have stabbed him in his chest or in his organ, and he could have been fatal.
In that situation?
Yes, because of sharp object. Yes.
Nah, go ahead, JPK. Hold on one second. Go ahead, JPK.
The problem you got with intent is that Texas got stand your ground. That's what the problem you got with intent.
Hey, I'm gonna throw this other detail nobody talking about. JPK, my bad. I'm just throwing this down. You can go off of.
No, you're good, brother. You're good.
Karmelo Anthony has epilepsy.
They gotta do with it.
Bro, they don't even talk about that, and that's very important.
Well, they got to do anything. He could feel like his life is at risk because of his epilepsy.
Right.
He could feel like he's in danger. That's a self-defense claim.
So you go out and 90 people got epilepsy, what we're talking about?
Goddamn right.
How did you feel, sir? Hold on, bro.
When you under stress, it can shut your body down. When you at fear, it can put you in a seizure-like position, bro. You don't know how terrified that boy was when you got these big country-fed white boys standing up powering over him.
You say he pulled out the knife and he had it in his hand. Yeah, you say he pulled out the knife and he had it in his hand, but you're not saying what they did to him first. I don't understand that.
What was their intent? Yeah, what was their intent? How y'all gonna excuse their intent? That's crazy. I don't understand.
Everything that you guys keep saying, everything that everybody is saying, was expressed in the so-called, I'm just saying the alleged video that exists that hopefully the defense team has that will be shown in 4K. Without that, everything that we're discussing right now means absolutely nothing unless the defense team can prove that the video has been audited. Period.
Listen, let me ask. I haven't. Hold on, Mark.
Hold on, because I'm sure you're saying like maybe 30 minutes now. You can't bring a knife to a fight and call it self-defense.
The military do it all the time. What are you talking about?
If you got multiple attackers, that's okay. You got a knife.
I just said that, Gavin, but I just said it, but because you're so willing to jump in and attack what I'm saying, I just said what I just said. Unless you have multiple people attacking you and you fear for your life.
And especially, Mark.
That's what the video apparently shows, right? Hold on. That's apparently what the video shows. Did you come up? The beginning of this conversation started with. That's what the video shows.
Yes, multiple people, yeah.
Multiple people attacking him. So that he has the right to defend his life with a more severe force than just his fist.
You say he has no right?
You say he has the right.
Oh, the right.
He
Okay.
has the right.
Okay, got you.
So
You definitely need the video. Let me ask John, is the defense behind the 8 ball at this present time? Right now, at this present time, are they behind the 8 ball?
Sure.
Go ahead, John.
I'm starting to think this video doesn't exist, and like this is some bullshit. Like because the defense is not making enough of a fuss. They're like something ain't right. We start off with
the brother. It's the prosecution that start off with their they leave.
Right.
But no, I think my thing is that I get my thing that this family raised enough money to put on an all-star defense for the most part, I would say. And here we are. And if you understand anything about court, right? Like, the evidence, all that comes in discovery. And so, and you're probably not going to be altering evidence at this late stage in the game. That would be my guess. And so, with the defense, I just don't see what else they can put on.
But John, you know that it made no sense what you said. The video, you don't think it exists when they already showed the video. It just wasn't clear.
I don't think you're going to be able to get it much better than that. I think this may be something to, I don't know, but it just something. I'm almost willing to bet right now that we won't see this video in court, and that's why I asked you the question.
I agree with John.
But let me ask you. Are you willing to at least say that maybe the video doesn't show what you think it shows if they don't show it in court? The defense should be trying to turn over every nook and cranny to get this video in. If they don't make us think about it, if they don't bring it into court,
John, they got the video, bro.
Okay, but if it doesn't come into court, then maybe the defense
they showed the video.
But they can.
Let me ask John a great question, right? John.
If they can clear this video up, I don't think it's still coming into court. But again, I'm asking you, if you don't see the video, like, are you willing to say maybe this video doesn't show what they want to?
John, I don't think you understand.
Hold
on, let me say this.
What's
Let me
wrong
say
with
this.
that? Go, hey,
The video doesn't need to be cleared up. It's already 4K. They just didn't show it on a 4K device.
Okay, so if that doesn't happen before this case ends,
Exactly.
if that doesn't happen, then you're gonna have to start asking yourself, maybe the video didn't show what I thought it was showing.
No. They've already the judge has already granted them to show it at a later date with the proper device, 4K device.
You think you going on? Would you go on there right now and see that you would all that the judge?
I think we're gonna see the video.
You think it should be that video is already?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I don't know because people already formed the opinion of the information that's being put out. Like you said, people are still ignoring that these people put their hands on this man. Other people saying that it's multiple people that jumped him, and people still saying, "Well, why you got a knife?" So I don't think it matters in this situation because people are already saying, "Well, why you got a knife?" When it's not legal, it was not a crime to not have the knife.
Hey, Freezy, let me ask you this question. Do you have any children? Would you allow your children to carry knives to school? Just out of curiosity.
He was not in school. Y'all keep saying he was not in school, bro. Y'all keep saying he was at school.
They carry a knife to a school event.
I
wouldn't approve of my son carrying a knife to a school event, no.
And right, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, the jury probably all have children. And even some of the witnesses testified, yo, this Frisco, man, we have a gun, we like knives, and this ain't Dallas. And the parents on there, you the people on the jury, like, that's what he said. He's like, this Frisco, this is Dallas, this ain't.
Well, here's the thing though, John, right? I think we need to take this into consideration. I guarantee you, with track athletes,
a lot of them do carry those little pocket knives to sharpen their cleats and everything. He just got caught with it, right? And people kept talking about it was a cleat sharpener. Then I found out that don't even exist. A cleat sharpener don't even exist.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, who seeded that false narrative that it was a cleat sharpener? I never even heard of a cleat sharpener before.
Yeah, I don't think it exists. But the point I'm trying to make is this.
They do have a tool that does remove the cleat.
Exactly.
Right, and it has a sharp point.
No, the point I was trying to make, Shaq, was that I guarantee you, when it comes to track athletes, Karmelo was not the only one with a knife object like that to, you know what I'm saying, to carry around and sharpen their cleats or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is, John, you don't think that the jury was instructed to understand they're not trying a school case. This is not a school case. This is a criminal case. The knife was prohibited at school, but we've passed that. We've gone past the school. You understand what I'm saying? The school didn't even reprimand him for the knife. So now the question is, was it illegal to have at a school event? It was not illegal to have at a school event because the knife was under 5.5 inches. So if it was illegal, if it was actually a big problem, the police would have been a charge. He would have had that charge.
Okay, let me ask you this question then. Would you be okay with your child going to school where people can carry 5-inch knives?
They can carry scissors.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I went to high school, that was a while ago. Man, especially the white boys, they always had pocket knives. They was chewing tobacco.
I'm talking about now. Would you be okay with saying your child can bring a knife up to 5 inches?
Man, who's back there with bloody
What does that do with the situation,
What I'm saying is, what it has to do with the situation is, like, sometimes people may not have a policy because there's no need. It's just kind of understood. But I doubt that school you can walk in with a knife on your hip.
Because you guys at school, you keep making it at school. It was not at school, brother. Brother John. Now, watch this. Now, Brother John, follow me. Walk with me, Brother John. Watch this. Now, do you know at the same time that this situation with Kamala last year around April, do you know it was a so-called white guy and Hispanic guy that got into it at school in Texas? And the white boy, they was in the bathroom at the school, listen to what I'm saying, and the white boy they was fighting back. The white boy pulled a knife off and stabbed that boy like 20, 30 times.
But they had a history. That's a fact. They had the history.
Hold on, let me finish. As you said,
You making it
bro.
let me finish. Let him finish. The white boy stabbed the Hispanic boy up in the bathroom multiple times, not just once, multiple times. That's intent. He got off.
No,
He never got charged.
I don't think
He got off. Now he got charged. He got off. He was not guilty. If what I was thinking,
I think he got charged, bro.
I don't know if he got completely off. I think he got a lesser charge. I think he got a real lesser charge.
He got charged, but he pretty much got off.
The bigger point is those people had a history. Carmelo and
what does that mean? That means nothing, brother. You still talking about somebody bringing a teenager bringing a knife to the school event, bro.
If I got a history where I say, hey, next time I see you, I'm beating you up, and the guy arms himself out of fear of me, and then we get to fighting, and I get the best of him.
That's murder. That's intent. That's premeditated. That means it wasn't a knife weapon. That's premeditated.
That's a future endeavor.
All right.
Yeah,
That's a future endeavor. You're talking about a future endeavor, something that he had on him. He never left. He was right there with it.
I gotta get out of here, man. It's always great. Hey, Freezy, maybe we gotta do this again, man.
I'm going to be reporting on this as long as the trial is going on. So we got plenty of time. And John, I thank you for coming by. It's always a good conversation. And you actually had some good questions. And as a matter of fact, before you go, I'm actually wrapping up the show. Let me go ahead and get y'all final thoughts, man. I can start with you, John. Get your final thoughts, and I'll go around and get everybody final thoughts.
Hey, I just had this thought just came in my head. I'm running past you, and probably at the right place. I tried to get in touch with you offline, but I think a crossfire combination on this trial with you and me would probably be pretty interesting because you kind of pro Carmelo. I'm probably, I'm not anti Carmelo, but I'm probably really negative on his case. I think probably be pretty interesting.
Well, we might can talk about that. We might can talk about that. Yeah, I got some things lined up, but I'm not impartial to you coming up here and chopping it up with me about this case, man.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Jeez, man. Always
All right,
a
man.
pleasure.
For sure. Shout out to John. Shaq Wilder, man, what's your final thoughts on what we've been talking about today, bro, as far as Carmelo Anthony in this case, man, this trial?
Yeah, man, salute you, man. Keep on and work with you. I've been taking some of this stuff, man.
Oh, good.
That's being attentive and being aware and conscious, man. And another thing, we gotta stop putting our head in the sand, man. We keep saying being into politics. When these come grown men and women, you are into politics, man. You pay taxes, you into politics. So for future, let's just keep be conscious of things that's going on in our local towns. Because there's a lot of these things go on. And prime example, some people may or may not skip out on jury duty, and these are going to always be the outcomes in these situations and areas. But brother Carmelo, from my perspective, is not pro Carmelo or against the other one. I'm looking at the truth, and the truth says that the law says that you have a right to defend yourself. Everybody is trying to exclude the fact that you have a right to defend yourselves. Now, obviously, there's other circumstances that come involved, and could be other consequences of you defending yourself. You know what I mean? And we all got to be conscious and very aware of that. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, man, salute to everybody, man. And y'all keep up the good work, y'all.
Shout out to Shaq Wilder. I appreciate you, Shaq. Thank you, bro. Let me go to JBK. JBK, what's your final thoughts, bro, on this Carmelo Anthony trial so far?
I'm gonna stand with Carmelo Anthony, free Carmelo Anthony. I don't care what nobody say. I'm just standing with him, so it is what it is. Hate me or love me, ain't nobody gonna change my mind. Shalom, peace and love, barakatah, and it is what it is. I'm standing on it, regardless. So it is what it is. Free Carmelo Anthony. Oh,
All praise. Shout out to
all praise to the
JBK.
Most High. Peace and love.
Peace and love, bro. Shout out to JBK. House, my brother, what's your final thoughts on this trial so far with Carmelo, bro?
Bro, I think the charge is most definitely excessive. I think they set the jury up for his demise. I think
Correct, I agree with that.
I think Judge Roach is incentivized to make an example out of goddamn Karmelo Anthony, so his reputation can be saved, especially when it comes to this upcoming election for him.
I'm glad you pointed it out too. A lot of people, I ain't heard nobody really say that.
Yeah, I mean, when I go look at something, I go look at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting for my numbers to catch up on it. You feel me? I got about 6 more videos until it actually pop. Mm-hmm. So I think that they need to not ignore the fact that they mentioned Carmelo Anthony in the opening statements having epilepsy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They can't ignore the fact that I think the defense is gonna. I think the defense is going to have a strong case of self-defense. I think right now they're trying to prove intent. Now, if he can get there was no intent, you know what I'm saying? The only intent was for him to protect himself. Carmelo Anthony is not going to be found guilty. You feel me? It's a lot of lies that they spread on us. You feel me? As a collective. You feel me? The white conservatives, dog, especially when it's, let's just say, we're going to say white Republicans, because I think it's a difference between conservative and Republican. I'm not going to get into it. I think it's a difference between Democrat and liberal. You know what I'm saying? But white Republicans, dog, they gonna slide for their people, bro.
That's a fact.
And it's just like I want to be so objective towards things. Like, for example, the dude that took the life of the Ukraine girl in the train, that didn't need to be in jail. That was clear cut, dry. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point, bro.
You're not arguing that.
Not arguing that.
We're arguing the nuances of this. Why did you feel like you had to remove somebody? Mm-hmm. All these coaches that you can go tell. You know what I'm saying? I can see if he was harassing somebody. Why you feel like you have this white support? So what they call it? So I can't even think of the word. Is it superiority? Like when they feel like
superiority.
Superiority. You got this white superiority complex on moving this thin, you know what I'm saying, small, fragile little boy, basically out the way because you tower over him. You 6'1", you 215. You got your brother on your side. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get this, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get him up out of here. So you have that going on in the intimidation factor, and us being black, we're not submissive, we're not subservient, especially to somebody that's trying to tell us to do something when I know I might be wrong. The little dude, Eddie Carraro, there is some type of intimidation going on for him not wanting to claim Carmelo Anthony as a friend. You've been to his house. There's pictures that been shown, but you trying to act like y'all not cool. It's something going on, bro. So I say,
why would you think he would deny even Karmelo like that? Like, why would you think he like this? Like the way he acted like he didn't know Karmelo, you wouldn't even think they would have all them pictures and Karmelo in his room playing the guitar.
It's fear, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's fear of going against the norm. You gotta live in that goddamn community after this. You know what I'm saying? He gotta see these people's faces, and he don't want to be the contrarian within the case when they know that, you feel me? This can be life changing. They gonna remember Eddie. We remember Eddie got on the stand and said, and he was friends with him. You know what I'm saying? Depending on his family, he sound like he Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? They want a white pass. Oh, you're not about to disgrace this family. You gonna go on that stand and say you ain't got nothing to do with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very telling thing, bro. And I really do hate the fact that the Austin dude lost his life, bro. Because that's still a kid at the end of the day.
I agree with that.
We start arguing these nuances on premeditation and stuff like, man, he wasn't trying to take his life. He was trying to get the man up off him. But what they ignoring, you touched him once, then you touched him again. Then they said, if Karmelo touched me again and punched me, see what happened. So did you punch him? You assaulted this man at least twice. They ignored that. They gonna spread lies on our name, bro. And it just is what it is. So I'd rather be for my people than against them. You know what I'm saying? When it's clear cut, yeah, nigga, you ain't got my support. But when it's this nuance right here, yeah, I'm betting on black every day, nigga.
That's a fact. Man, that's a fact. What's wrong with these people, bro? I mean, god damn. I'm talking about black people.
I'm do this real quick. Cause I'm starting a brand too, but I ain't got it. Wait, black on black love.
Black on black.
No captivity. That shit up. It'll be up in a few days, and I'm doing all the production or the manufacturing on it, and yeah, I'm doing it all. I got from half to anything. I can do whole orders. If I need orders from people, y'all need something. househypocrite@gmail.
Hold up. Show it again. Show the shirt again.
Yeah. Black on
black love, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely.
That's dope. Oh yeah, it's dope, man. But man, House, man, thank you for coming up, man. Y'all know everybody know who House is. If y'all haven't subscribed to his channel, you living under a rock, make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. And this guy, he's a professional. That's all I gotta say. This guy know what he's doing. Social media, YouTube, you name it. Guy know what he's doing. And Miles, make sure y'all put his link in the chat too, Miles.
I know you've been covering. I was just gonna lie tonight. I seen Freeze. I said, nah, he already got it. I'm about to just go ahead and show my face.
I appreciate that, man.
Nah, you've been on there with this one, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, man. I appreciate your House. You know we're gonna talk, bro. All right, dog. Shout out the house, man. House of Everything. Excellent show as always. Listen, if y'all would like to, send in last minute support, I would love to read y'all support and y'all comments. I want to hear from the audience. Super chat, Cash App, and PayPal. The Cash App is $Freezy no cap, $Freezy no cap, and the PayPal is No Captivity with Freeze. That's No Captivity with Freeze. I really want y'all know this is the last minute comments support. Please send in your last minute support and your last minute comments so I can read them, please. We're gonna go ahead and do the benediction right now. I'm checking right now to see. Oh man, shout out to my sister. Shout out to my sister, Red Scholar. My bad, Red Scholar. I'm just seeing your PayPal, Red Scholar. Well, you was gonna finish as a co-sponsor of tonight's show. Wait, no, that's not true because JBK is at $60. But shout out to my sister, Red Scholar, and you sent it at 11:47, Red Scholar. Where you at, Red Scholar? Please forgive me. I know Red Scholar cussing my ass out. Red Scholar, wait, hold on, let me see. Okay, Red Scholar, she sent in a $40 PayPal. She said, kudos to a power-packed day. Kudos to a power-packed day. Seemed like I was supposed to read it at the right time. Seemed like
I'm gonna get on this into upgrade now. Into upgrade now. Where everybody now is together? I did not know they were together. Say Nas, Jones.